Well, it came from sort of a pretty sort of miserable year of last year. Well, a lot of work last year, but quite a lot of death and around, you know, personal sort of like people dying on me basically, and I felt sort of like just the sting of that at Christmas. And then I found myself in January really wanting to do something about, like, you know, the human spirit, probably just for a little bit about for myself, just to keep me going. And I found myself, you know, writing this thing, which I suppose has got, like, you know, it's got strains and echoes of like what is sort of happening now in the world.
Enda hadn't actually planned to write this play, and it sort of came to him in sort of January of this year. He started to write it, and then once he started it needed to come out. And then as sort of producers, you know, like, it is extraordinary. The play is absolutely beautiful, and we just felt it was a responsibility to try to get it on stage as soon as we could. So we're doing it in Galway this summer.
Our characters don't have ultimate control over their lives, and it's about what do you have control over and what can you focus on to get yourself to the next place of wherever you're going.
Yeah.
Create some sanity.
Yeah.
And purpose.
Maybe in a relationship you try and create your own version of the world together, you know, like that's all that really you can do, you know, and that becomes your reality. And what is that?
So, you know, words tend to be very, very literal, blunt things, and I've been attracted to dance for years. And Emma Martin, I think, is just like hugely sort of talented, wonderful choreographer.
For me, it feels like a terrible vision of a very possible future. The hope is in the three human beings who are in that world, and the hope they have of connecting with other human beings or of surviving. So there's lots of hope in it, but hope in a very desperate place.
There's many, many ways to tell sort of stories, and theatre just isn't about talking heads and just people chatting to sort of one another. There's like the visuals, the sort of the sonic world of it, the amount of pressure that we could put on a body, and being able to tell a story about, in this case, this woman who's in this almost sort of solitary sort of confinement, what that does to her body and how can she survive in that, and how does she try and sort of escape that. And it's a fantastic thing to watch dancers sort of like, you know, and choreographers work.
He's created this, you know, quite a terrifying world, I suppose, in a way, but it's also a world that, you know, where he does offer hope. Come with an open mind and I think you'll be blown away by this one. It's one of his best.